All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Carnivore Trade. Today is Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. Markets in a bit of a mixed session today. You see the IWM pushing higher. A lot of that is due to some of the meme stocks, though. It's not like we're seeing financials and some of the other small caps really do much. A lot of this IWM movement is GME, AMC, Clove up massively today. If you look over here, Clove up 84% today, so massive gamma squeeze going on in that name, and just the craziness just continuing here. We are seeing a little bit of selling into the close here. We gapped higher, sort of a gap and crap type of day. As you can see, we gapped higher, and then immediately you saw some institutional selling. The volume picked up a bit, and then the second the volume dried up, we were able to just kind of float higher. And even with the light volume, still have not been able to make new closing highs. You can see the spiders pulling in just a little bit here into the close, and even with the light volume, they haven't been able to get us above that level. We've been flirting with it for quite some time, but still not able to get there just yet. What I'm watching very closely here, and I pointed this out on Twitter earlier today, is two charts, Apple and Tesla, as you can see intraday here, as they're moving. VIX popping up just a little bit into the close here, but we'll take a look at Tesla first. So you see Tesla broke through this white trend line, and then you have this yellow line here that goes back to pretty much all the way to the March lows. And you can see we had this move down, sort of bearish kind of chop, and then another move down, and now we're putting in this bearish consolidation. And why I think it's so important is, so you have this today, this gap up, and you couldn't hold the gains. You're now negative on the day. We'll see where they close it. Looks like it's trying to bid just a little bit here, but as of right now, this is not a very bullish looking chart here. If you make another lower low on here, I think this thing is cooked, and this thing makes up a lot, a big chunk of the S&P 500 now, as well as the QQQ. Same thing here on Apple. I pointed out this trend line here on Apple, the head and shoulders pattern, and then today you have this gap higher, and we rallied up a bit. We pushed through to the 50 and 100 moving average, and now bouncing back off of that. So if this ends up being another lower high, look at, look what the stock is doing here. They moved down, you had a rally back up, couldn't make a higher high, moved down again, did make a lower low, but I mean, this is still, move down and then bearish chop inside bar. If you break this 200, this thing's cooked. I mean, this is a pretty serious pattern here. You have a target, head and shoulders target of about $90. You see this gap fill here? You're pretty much going all the way to 95, maybe even to $90 there. So if that pattern triggers, you can pretty much say goodbye to Apple, and Apple making up the largest weighting in the S&P ETF, if not Microsoft, then Apple, as well as the NASDAQ. So those stocks are going to put pressure on the overall market if they break through these critical levels. Also, I want to touch on lumber. If we look at lumber here, again, posted this chart on Twitter, and I've been talking about this for weeks. Look at how we broke through. We finally broke through the 50 moving average. We have this little kind of mini head and shoulders pattern here with the neckline right there. Now breaking and confirming below that. This thing should head back to 1,000, maybe even 900, possibly 850 where the 200 moving average is. So massive reversal on lumber, and that is bringing in, again, we talked about the lumber to gold ratio. That's coming in as well. Gold stocks holding up really, really well. If you take a look here to my left, the GLD, we had the gap lower on the on GLD. Nice flush right into the 10 o'clock time frame, and then immediately dip bought, and it's held up throughout the rest of the day. So gold is behaving like it did back in early last year. I remember there would be times where it would, we'd have a sell-off and intraday, and then immediately the dip would be bought. And it's really reminding me of how it was acting then. So every time that there's a sell-off in gold, the dip is bought just about immediately. As market's now closing here, let's take a look here. Yeah, so spiders came back in a little bit. Tesla unable to bid, and yeah, Apple closing a little bit lower. So let's take a look here on the daily. And zoom in. Yeah, so yeah, a little shooting star candle there on Apple, and I'm guessing Tesla. Yeah, same type of deal here. Yeah, negative close on Tesla. So these stocks are in precarious positions right now, and that's strange considering the market is flirting with new all-time highs again. Bitcoin also taking a hit today, as I'm sure you guys have heard. although it is off of the lows nicely. If it can make a higher low, it can hold up here. Again, I still think there's a chance for Bitcoin to possibly trade higher, maybe retest this breakdown area before moving lower. I think maybe some of the bears are jumping the gun here, but ultimately I do expect Bitcoin to go retest that 20 to 21,000 area. All right, so those are the things I'm looking at right now. I think, yeah, let's wrap it up. And yeah, yeah, nice little fade there into the end of the day on the spiders. But anyway, guys, we'll update you as I see things, and you guys have a great rest of your day trading. All right, thanks.